Hey Cancer, welcome to your September monthly tarotscope. My name's Chelsea from Luna Tarot by Chelsea, and I will be guiding you through this reading today. So you can apply your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign to this reading. My hair is like a fluff right now. Who cares? So, if this reading resonates, please do comment, like, share, subscribe, the usual. Support your girl. It's very much appreciated. So, what can Cancers expect for the month of September? I know September is basically coming to an end now, but it's good to know, you know, what we need to learn or what we had to learn within the month of September. So September, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Cancer. What do Cancers need to know for the month of September? What can Cancers expect? And how may Cancer be feeling? Cancer. So I know for a lot of you, you're currently going through a kind of like transformational process that is kind of leaving you in the dark a bit. For some of you, I definitely feel as though you're going through an emotional time, an emotionally turbulent time. Perhaps this is a reminder to you to reconnect with yourself emotionally, mentally, physically, just so that you're able to really understand why lessons have happened the way that they have, and really take into consideration the lessons that have been presented to you within the month of September. You've got the Two of Swords here, and you also have the Nine of Wands. So I feel like for some of you, you're kind of like hesitant about something that you need to decide on. And all that it is the universe is asking you to surrender instead of being so focused on making that decision. Like, you guys are hesitant about making a decision for a reason. Like, it's not just because you don't want to make the decision. It's because emotionally you may feel blinded by certain things. Emotionally you may feel stagnant, and so it's hard for you to really make a decision right now. So with the Nine of Wands here, I feel like for a lot of you, you're just being asked to take a step back, to... When I say surrender, I mean surrender in the sense of not externally surrendering, but internally surrendering. I mean in the sense of surrendering and just trusting in what happens next. Because for some of you, it's been hard to really decipher how you feel. It's been hard to decipher where you're going, who you're going there with, and what the hell you're doing. I get it. I really do. This month has been about pain. It's definitely been about pain, about, figuring out how you truly feel without masking it. And also surrendering internally. Transformation. And not even transformation in the external sense, but I mean transformation in the internal sense. Because with the Nine of Wands here, it's like, you're not giving up. Perhaps it's a thing of like, you're not giving up on something. You're not giving up on yourself. You're just taking a step back to see all different sides that may have been missing originally, So I feel like you're being asked to just take a step back. Doesn't mean pause completely. It doesn't mean stop everything that you're doing. It just means take a step back, Take a step back for your own, fulfillment, for your own needs, for your own well-being, for your own emotional security. Boundaries is going to be something very prominent within this month too. You're going to have to set some high boundaries this month, and people aren't going to like it. You've got the Six of Cups here, and you've also got the Seven of Wands. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to have to go back and find what makes your inner child happy again. There's some sort of conflict here. People aren't going to be happy with the boundaries that you set in terms of revisiting childhood trauma, generational trauma, whatever it may be. You're going to have to revisit some things from your past. It doesn't even need to be childhood trauma. It can be people that you used to grow up with, or people that you were surrounded by when you were younger, you know, when you were fully in your inner child prime kind of thing. For some of you, you've had a conflict with a childhood friend, which has led to heartbreak. Heartbreak in the sense of like feeling as though this didn't need to happen, but it needed to happen in order for you guys to see something that you had to see. Like it needed to happen, and you don't think that it needed to happen, but it did. Because something beneath the surface has been brewing for you. And with the Six of Cups here, it's almost as if it's like someone's taken that inner joy, or you've taken that inner joy from yourself. This might not even be to do with someone that you're in an argument or a conflict with. It just may mean that you're dealing with battles of the heart, of what your heart truly wants. But it's like knowing what your heart truly wants and knowing what you should have, you know? Like, because sometimes what we're led towards isn't always good for us. And so you try to battle it because you're like, my heart hurts and my heart lingers for this person or for myself, and I know that right now my focus needs to be elsewhere. I feel like a lot of you guys are battling your emotions right now. Like, you have a lot going on emotionally, and it could be primarily due to heartbreak or something to do with being confused and conflicted in terms of affairs of the heart. And you're just being asked to take a step back. You're just being asked to take a step back. You don't need to figure out anything. You don't need to have all of the answers just yet. You don't need to know any of the answers just yet. Just take a step back. That's all. Just take a step back. Because over time you will see that it wasn't worth it. It was not worth it in the first place. You've got the Ace of Cups here. So recently, maybe some of you have removed yourself from a situation that was burdening you, that was giving you heartache. And perhaps you didn't realize that this situation wasn't good for you until last minute. Like, you didn't realize that it wasn't good for you until you started getting these niggly feelings, these feelings of doubt, feelings of fear, feelings of conflict, and feeling as though you shouldn't be there, or it's not worth it. And so with the Eight of Cups here, you've removed yourself from this situation, or you will remove yourself from this situation. And again, it's going to hurt. Of course it's going to hurt. But this is all a part of the process. This is just for you to recognize that you're worthy of more. You're worthy of more than what you've been asking for. As well as that, some of you, again, need to go back and heal certain things. Whether that's with people, whether that's with yourself. Something needs to be looked at because something is hurting right now. Like, as I speak, my chest is hurting, so I feel like a lot of you are carrying quite a lot of emotional pain in your heart chakra area, and it feels quite heavy, it feels quite stagnant, it feels quite painful. Take a few deep breaths. Funny because when I do readings, I always feel the pain of whatever anyone is feeling. It's quite interesting. So let's get back to it. So with the Eight of Cups, again, you guys will be walking away from a situation. And actually, this could be what you're deciding. This could be what the Two of Swords is about. And the fact that the universe is telling you it's time to surrender because you're fighting leaving, you're fighting doing something about it, you're fighting actually, you know, being realistic, being logic. The Devil. So for some of you, you've left someone, and this can be friend, it can be relationship, romantic relationship, this could be a family member, or this can even be yourself. You've left behind certain traits or certain behaviors or certain people that just really weren't worth it. They really weren't serving your highest purpose. You know, there was always a conflict, there was always a question, there was always a doubt in your mind about them. But you didn't see that until recently. And so now you're seeing it, and you're hurt and you're angry, and you're like, why the fuck did I even get myself involved in that shit? Because that was not worth it. Or why the fuck do I even engage in certain behaviors that just don't serve me? I've had enough. I'm walking away. Because it's not worth it. Some of you have come to the realization that it's time to put yourself first, King of Cups. It's time to put yourself first, your emotions first, and time to really focus on you. And focus on healing. Healing this heart of yours that has been broken or crushed or just hurt so many times. This might even be someone that you've been enduring a cycle with, and this person just continuously brought you down, continuously showed you why you need to put yourself first, and now it's like, okay, I'm realizing that, and now it's time to implement it. It's time to implement it. And that's the thing, you can no longer refuse to see it. Because it's right in front of you. It's completely right in front of you. So even if you tried to refuse to see it, the same patterns, the same cycles, the same things will just keep coming up again. So there's no way out. You have to acknowledge it and acknowledge the hurt that it's caused and acknowledge your part in it too. Acknowledge your part in it too, because I'm not saying that, you know, you've imposed this on yourself. But you saw what this person was like, even before you got involved, or you saw what your behaviors were doing to you, and you refused to do something about it. And I get it, it's not always as easy as just doing something about it, but at least now you know. At least now you've acknowledged that. At least now you have come to the realization that in order for me to build a happy home, things must go. You've got the 10 of Cups and the Tower here. Things must go in order for you to build back up what it is that you truly, truly want for yourself emotionally. And this is emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually all draining on you right now. So it's time to take a step back. And things may fall apart completely. Things may have already fallen apart completely. But know that it's only in order for you to build a better foundation, a better, stable foundation for yourself. Something that you truly want, which is family, which is connectedness, which is connections, you know? True connections. If you truly want that, things must fall apart, things must be realized, and things must be let go of in order for you to build back up. It's okay, it's gonna hurt. I know it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be a journey. Don't focus on the destination, focus on the journey at hand. Focus on the present moments. Because within the present moments, that is where you learn the most lessons that you need to learn, and the lessons that are most important to you. You have the 4 of Wands here. So once you decide that it's okay to let go, once you decide to have this tower moment, or not even decide, once you have this tower moment of feeling everything, of being so clueless as to what it is that you want, and to let everything just crash down, you're able to build something amazing with yourself. Four of Wands, you're able to build what it is that you truly, truly want for yourself. Emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, you're able to benefit yourself so much more because you've decided to implement the things that you were ignoring to begin with. With the Four of Wands here, it might be a celebration coming up in terms of your career, in terms of moving, in terms of some sort of stability for yourself. It could just be an achievement in terms of letting go, you know? Realizing that actually it doesn't serve you to hang on and cling on. It doesn't serve you to look at this person's social media or, you know, look at this person's life and what they're doing and this and that. You know? Don't wait on something to happen. Page of Cups reversed. Page of Wands reversed. Don't wait for something to happen. Just do it. Do it for yourself. If you want something to happen, go for it. Don't allow anything to hold you back, because with this tower moment, you're able to rebuild anew. Rebuild fresh. Perhaps you want someone to come in and apologize and communicate and say, I'm sorry. You'll be waiting a long time. This person, even if they are sorry, they're not going to come to you. They're not going to come to you. Let go. You'll come to this realization that actually everything you want is within reach. Don't cling on to this person or situation or behavior. It doesn't serve you. You know it doesn't. So there's no point in clinging on. Even after the tower moment, don't cling on. You don't need it. It doesn't serve you. What can Cancer expect? Ooh, and I think this is the void. Okay, the void. I was going to say darkness, but the void. So you may feel as though something is missing. You may feel as though something is lingering. Darkness is lingering. I get it. That's why the tower moment's here. That's why you're being called to release something that no longer serves you. The void is here to let you know that through darkness, through challenges, through obstacles, comes rebuilding moments, comes progress, comes the things that you really want to create. Sometimes things fall apart in order for them to fall back together again in a better way, in a way that is more serving to you. Don't allow this void of whatever it is that you're feeling, don't allow it to take over. Don't allow it to become something that it's not, because again, it's not worth it. So much growth will come from this void, this time of darkness. So much growth will come from it. Even if you can't see it just yet, just hold on. Because so much growth will come from this challenging time. It will be challenging, it will be hard, it will be hurtful. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be very, very tough. But you will be fine, because growth is at the end of it. Not even at the end of it. Growth is in the midst of it. Growth is happening already now. You just probably can't see that just yet because you're in this moment of feeling helpless. You want someone to reach out to you and apologize, but it's not going to happen. Let it go. Allow yourself to rebuild fresh, rebuild something new. Growth is coming to you. Allow it to come to you. Allow the darkness to go. Allow it to go when it needs to. 9 of Wands, surrender. Allow it to go when it needs to. Because you'll know when the time comes. So that is your monthly tarotscope for September, Cancer. I hope this resonates. Please do comment, like, share, subscribe. And I love you guys so much. See you next month.